Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another Walking Dead Survivor stream here on YouTube. A little bit of sad news, obviously, as the title suggests. One of um, Region 98's players, one of the Mega Whales, Soeppi, has apparently passed away. And yeah, just a very, very, very sad day. Michelle, or Michael, I think it's, I think, for well, it's like the weird, like, French version or whatever. It's a guy, obviously, is our region chief here. He mentioned yesterday in one of the letters to everybody about Sophie's or Soapy, however pronounce it there, about their recent health issues. Yeah, he said yesterday. He said, "Reach out to you with some sad news. It's come to our attention. Soapy from '98 is very ill. A few of us have gathered around him to pay our respects. Feel free to join in if you would like. If you join, please remove titles so he can see all your names. Very least we can do for a player that has been a worthy opponent for so many seasons, a player some of us have a good relationship with. So 98 promised a 24-hour truce for the entire map. Please be respectful and keep that in mind." That was yesterday, obviously, which I assume is technically still in effect for another like 6 to 7 hours, give or take, right now. But anyway, yeah, it's just very sad. I remember a couple seasons back now when Megan was still in our region, and this was, I believe it would have been 8X. I think is what it was. It was like the middle card one there between like 8 and 10, and so it's basically been season 9 more or less. And I remember Sophie coming over and just attacking the shit out of a bunch of our people that were on Shield all the time, as it was. And yeah, I tried to fight. I tried to reinforce and fight the man, but yeah, I did nothing. I think my troop sets did about 3 or 4 kills on his guys, and he obviously did like 5,000, 6,000, not mine, as what it was there. So, which is the difference between a person that's not putting a dime into the game as a free to play player, and then a dude who is a mega whale at that point. So, and I remember it was supposed to have been this last region relocation for this season. It was supposed to be him and Bunny were supposed to come over from 98 to our region, and unfortunately they didn't. So I don't know if it was because he was realizing like, hey, being on his last legs, what it was there, and then Bunny obviously stayed as well on that one. So I don't know, but yeah, truly, truly sad knowing that this man is now gone, and also a little bit even sadder on that one because obviously besides him, passing in real life for who knows what reason, could have been many, many reasons. Obviously, uh, don't know the man's age, don't know his background and stuff like that. So he could have just been really old, honestly, for all I know. And he just happened to die of natural causes and stuff like that, or maybe it was some kind of like pancreatic cancer or something like that. Who knows? Could be anything. But the thing that's interesting to me about the whole situation there is obviously, it makes me kind of wonder at this point. It's like, what's going to happen to this account? Is it just going to be like one of these ones that we've seen in the past where it's, these whale accounts that just suddenly, go dark basically because the person behind them just either like, has enough of it, or in this case, they just pass away. That's what it is there. So I don't know. Like, I'm kind of hoping that there was like, knowing that this person knew that they were on the end of their life. I think is what it is. I'm kind of hoping that they were like, "Hey, man, I want this thing to live on," whatever the case be, and just like handed off the details of their login account or stuff like that to someone else. Then this would be, and maybe that person will take over the account. Who knows? But or possibly even their family member that would play the game or whatever might be taking over their account for all we know. So, which one can only help on that one. That'd be nice if it was it was their family taking it over. But again, only time will tell at this point. But yeah, pretty much everybody in the Battlefield chat right now for the last half hour, 45 minutes, something like that, has basically been throwing out their condolences to this man, his family. So yeah, it's just really sad, man. It really is. You can't deny like the true power within the game right now is what it is, especially when you have, like I said, um, people who they just show like in their abilities what it is there, like how truly, strong they are is what it is, man. And when you are constantly seeing, various things and you're seeing just the true, nature of the difference in this game of, free to play versus pay to win versus whale, because I feel like it's multiple different things on that point. Someone who is mostly still free to play. Obviously, I did end up spending a little bit of money yesterday to do a couple of things. Specifically, I wanted to get the last little bit of what you call it. I needed to do my final T10 tech, is what it was, and I can only do that with actually throwing down some cash into the game, is what it is there. And so I did that, and then obviously I also bought the monthly pass thing for this month to get enough fragmentation, which was actually a good thing in the long run, because so here's the thing I found out about everything then after doing that is that if you get the Whisperer's Trio up to 120, you will have enough power to actually break for the actual like overall global effect thing is what it is for power stuff. You will get enough extra attack there to actually knock 34s at that point, and so I'm actually maxed out right now at 34 for the PvE enemies. There's what it is. So, which it was interesting. It took a handful of times for the main account to get it done. I think like 4 or 5 or something like that. And then I went to my open account in there, and I was able to hit the one dude once, and it just completely was like one-shot KO basically. And then I did it with Network's account, and it took me like 45 or 50 times to hit like various 34s for one to finally like crack through as it was then. So, but yeah, everybody got their 34 right now is what it is. So that's obviously good. And like I said, though, it's a sad day in this game that you got somebody who truly was like a known entity and stuff like that, and whether it be ally, whether it be enemy, who knows at this point. What should be said though is that unfortunately this person lost their life is what it is, and pretty much it seems like the entire server itself right now is grieving. So I also find it very ironic that it happened here on 9/11, given that we are now about 2 hours away right now from the official 2030 anniversary of the Twin Towers being attacked in this country. So yeah, it's just a sad situation. I remember a couple of years ago, my one of the girls I went to high school with, who is a teacher now, she was telling me a story about how some of the kids in one of her classes, they were doing I want to say this is about roughly 5 years ago now. So this would have been like the 18th anniversary. They were doing the moment of silence and stuff like that for those that were lost in the Twin Towers buildings. And you had a bunch of these little punk ass kids just sort of snickering and laughing about it, dude. And it's like, I'll tell you what, bro. Like they're really, and the sad fact is, these are a lot of the little pieces of shit now that are actually having voting rights in this state, in this country right now is what it is, as of this election cycle. And it really does go to show like the difference between people who actually give a damn and people who just don't give a fuck at all is what it is. And it's just sad how we've gone down that road is what it is in many cases. And yeah, it seems like all the good ones are going out these days, man. And like I said, I'm not sure what the age of the Soeppi person was. I'm hoping they were older, because if they were only in like their 20s or 30s, maybe, like, that would be terrible, obviously. And that's, I've said that many times, like, that really is not a life, dude. Like, yeah, you have like somewhat of a life, but like at the same time, like, you obviously didn't have much of one. So it also does make me wonder what this man was doing for a living that he was able to afford to throw down that much cash into the game in any given time, because I would say, honestly, given what he had in that account, you're probably talking about a good like $25,000 to $50,000 worth of characterization mods and stuff like that. Between, actually, I would say more than that. Even now, I'm thinking, well, it depends too, because like I was saying with the thing yesterday. Oh yeah, that's another thing I figured out too. How everybody was running so fast is what it is in some of these comms. It's because they're getting the monthly pass thing is what it is for the war pass. Because apparently one of the things that does is it gives you the ability to run 200% faster versus enemy characters. So, which you really shouldn't have to pay money to do that. You should just be able to get it automatically is what it is, dude. Because that'd be nice to have anyway. But yeah, it just kind of sucks, dude. Knowing that, things are the way they are, and how we have, gone down this rabbit hole, if you will. I also figured out too, with this game, if you are gonna do the war pass thing, it's actually better to wait a few seasons, because I noticed if I was to buy this in my secondary region, where we're in season 6, I believe it is right now, I would only get like 370 something fragments or some shit off of everything here. Whereas in the main here, that's in one of the season X's right now, I was able to get over 625, and it was more than enough to cover upgrading all of my dudes at that point, in the Whisperers trio, all the way up to 120 then. So yeah, definitely worth it for sure. And like I said, it's a sad situation all the way around that this whole thing happened, and it does kind of suck, dude, because I think we're definitely heading towards a really messed up time now is what it is. And like, obviously, while everybody's grieving for the death of Soeppi, there is what it is. Like, we're still playing a game, unfortunately, and it seems like there's a lot of people that just want to do damage to others, obviously, at this point. So I wouldn't be surprised in the least to see some weird like sneak attacks and stuff very soon in this game by one of the regions or something, probably most likely. But yeah, it just kind of sucks, man. So who knows? Yeah, like I said, it's just kind of a real shitty day right now. I know, like, really, I personally didn't know this dude all that much, except, seeing him just attack our guys like crazy in the last few seasons. But at the same time, it's like, I know other people in my region apparently have become friends with him in the past couple of seasons here. So, yeah, they're definitely grieving for sure today is what it is. And, yeah, it just kind of, like I said, it just kind of sucks, man. To know that, what's even worse too is, like I said, depending on how this whole thing goes in the next, few weeks to a month or so, give or take, or even a couple of months for that matter, will this end up being a situation where this person's account just becomes a dead account that's got like a fuck ton of money just sitting on it then in various vehicles and everything else like that, or is it going to be a situation there where again they have the ability to be like, no, I know I'm going to go out pretty soon or whatever, so let me just go ahead and like pass the torch to someone else. What it is. That's one thing I thought was interesting about this game too, by the way, is that you can legally give your stuff to someone else. However, at the same time, you can't actually sell it for a profit. Even though it's funny because you look at like Facebook and stuff like that, and there's actual like groups on there that are listed as like buyer seller site is what it is there for this game, and I'm just like, pretty sure that's against TOS, y'all. Like, yeah, it just seems kind of weird, So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, man. Like I said, I don't think anybody's really like about that life right now is what it is. They're just more about like, hey, our friend's passed, and it's like a moment of silence kind of thing, which I totally can respect that, obviously. And like I said, for me personally, it's just I'd kind of like to know like what's going to happen there, because is it like, okay, like go ahead and say like a week from now, is it going to be something where I'm going to have to deal with somebody else like in control of this dude's account, or is it something where I can literally like check mark off stuff and be like, okay, cool, like this is no longer an issue now or something like that, because that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, who knows? I think honestly it's going to be a situation of eventually it will become its own thing, and like I said, the longer we go wherever here, it'll be just a really, really fucked up situation all the way around then. So I don't know, man. It's just very sad. Very, very sad. And it does kind of hit home a little bit, because again, it's like you think about how many people I've lost like so far this year, either inadvertently or directly family and stuff like that. And now it's like that doesn't really stop, dude. It's hitting the game now, what it is that I'm playing. So yeah, it just kind of sucks ass, man, to know that we are where we're at, and then you got just shit hitting like crazy is what it is, man. So yeah, I really don't know, man, but it is, like I said, a very, very sad situation all the way around. And like I said, my condolences to this man's family and any of his friends there on 98, etc. So hopefully we can all have a good time now what's left of this season, and people can actually get things done there is what it is. So I will say though, it seemed like even at the end there, that guy was still getting some attacks in there in the last few days. So like I said, I'm not sure if it was like just something crazy where it just suddenly came on, or if it was like one of these things where it's like they knew it was going to happen and they just are still trying to keep up their spirits is what it is until the very end kind of thing. Because like I said, man, it seems kind of weird to have it be that quick when we were literally just told like a day ago. Like I heard like like from my understanding what they were saying, like whoever was saying there, like they were specifically saying they're like, oh yeah, this man's like very ill. And I'm assuming, like, because I assumed at that point when they were saying very ill, I was like, okay, well, so that means they probably got, like, maybe a couple weeks or something. That's my guess, honestly. But yeah, apparently it was, like, very ill as in they're on their fucking deathbed kind of thing. So, yeah, definitely not cool, man. But anyway. I don't know. It'll be, like I said, it'll be interesting to see if the dude's account continues on then or not. now that he has passed, or if it'll be a situation there where it'll be like it will die with him, basically. So, like I said, for me personally, if I knew I was going to die, um, and I knew I'd have put X amount of time into this game, is what it is right now, I would definitely want to have my legacy kept on. Then, if nothing else, have somebody else take over my account, and like still call it what it was called before, but like have it be somebody else in control of the account at that point. Then, because that I think would be like very touching moment, very touching stuff in general. So, although maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm just a cynic, maybe I'm just a what you call it at heart here. So, who knows? But like I said, for me personally, it brings up a lot of emotion. It really does, because you're so used to people being there, and then all of a sudden they're just gone, and it's just sad. So, yeah, very, very, very sad for sure. But anyway, life does go on, though, is what it is, and that's one thing we all need to talk about. Is how when things do take a turn, you still got to get back to your regular life and your regularly um, scheduled deal that it is there. So, but anyway, oh yeah, I just noticed here now. Okay, so somebody does have control of that dude's account then, because they literally changed the name to RIP Soeppi. So, yeah, I don't know if I can show this or not. Let me go ahead and try here momentarily. Nope, still being stupid like that. So, maybe let's do a screen grab or something here. So yeah, that's what. That's what the duels thing looks like right there. They were number 2. So, sad. Looks like Bunny changed his name to Forever Soapy. So, crazy. Yeah. Like I said, though, we never know. Like, none of us never know how much time we have left, man. And like I said, when I heard about that dude from Michelle yesterday, and they were like, "Oh yeah, the guy's like, very, very ill or whatever," and I'm just like, "Oh, okay." And thinking they had, at least a couple, days, weeks, whatever it is left there. But nah, apparently it was literally hours, is what it seems like, because The difference between then and now is like less than a day. So yeah, I'm kind of honestly wondering on that one if they didn't give access to the account to Bunny or somebody like that, maybe. So I don't know, maybe. It'll be interesting to see what happens though with like one of the biggest mega whales of that region down now. If they'll be able to contest 53 taking the whole thing for this season or not. I doubt it. I honestly think it was more or less going to be a situation there where it was basically uh, a lot of us fighting each other for things, and it seemed like right now it's us in 144 versus Megan's 141 fighting each other for third, and then it's 98 taking second, and then 53 taking first. So, which, like I said this whole time, again, and this is the problem I do have with the game right now. Is what it is you got a region like 53 that is paired up against the rest of us, and they have like X amount more time than we do in the game when it comes to like several years basically worth of you know excess stuff. So to me, it's really not right to do that pairing up because you have like literally this giant like mega whale region versus 98. It's like a lot of whales, and then 141 and 144 that have like a few whales apiece in them is what it is, and a lot of dolphins. It seems like, and obviously if there's no difference between the terminology there, it's basically you got the dolphin people. What we call them is call them dolphins actually. It's people that spend quite a bit of money in the game, but not quite as much as a whale, obviously. So like half of what a whale would spend. So if you're talking about like if you got like the whales in there and stuff, they're spending 10 grand a month or whatever it is, or 12 grand a month, whatever it is. Then you would have the dolphins that would be spending maybe like 4 to 6 grand a month, and so forth and so on. Or maybe it'd be like 2 G's a month or something like that, and various things. And the thing is, like I said, I could totally understand like some of the stuff in this game and like the reason why you'd want to spend the money to get ahead. Like what's going on right now with this cumulative upkeep thing is what it is. Like if I had the money, I knew I could spend it on this things or whatever. I totally would just to get like what wouldn't be specifically in this one. It'd be because this one right now that I'm playing, it would be this current cumulative upkeep thing would be for, I believe it is a skin of some kind for your um, yeah, it's one of 5 different town hall skins, or you get 1,500 town hall tokens. And I was able to get up to the first 1,000 stuff I got in this, and then it's next one would be 3,000. You could get 2 days of shields, and then if you got to 7,000, it would be 225 long ranges and a couple of packs of helmets and a couple things of gloves. And at 10K, it's the other halves of stuff you would need for guns / body armor stuff. Yeah, if you got 100,000 in this one, you get 1,000 flasks, 300 what you call it, and then it would be 20,000 would be some crazy stuff. 40,000 would be 3 different epic dog things for the chests, and then it would be 80,000 is a town hall skin then, so which is just wild. I know there's a chance to get the thing in that one. I'm trying to figure this out right now, actually, myself. Yeah, I can't tell on that one. Doesn't really seem to say. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot I could do that, but I have to pay the money for it. There's what it is. But yeah, it's just fucking crazy is what it is, dude. And like I said, it's very sad to think about in this whole situation there because, like I said, you got this guy who, for all intents and purposes, was like a known, entity versus us this whole time, and like this known threat to shield up against and stuff like that. Now they're just gone out of nowhere. And it, like I said, it does kind of make me wonder, like, where did they get the cash from to be this kind of whale slash mega whale they were, is what it is. And I'm assuming it has to do with, either a job that they did or it could have been something else. Given the fact that I know some of these people are in like Asian countries and stuff like that, I'm kind of wondering if that's where this guy was from. Because I could actually see it being a situation too if they were from, like, let's go ahead and say like Japan or something. I could totally see it actually being them being one of those old guys and stuff like that that had or not even the old guys, but like the middle aged guys is what it is there that had fought against the Fukushima radiation leaks and stuff like that in the past, like 3 to 5 years, give or take, there since that whole thing happened. So, because that was one thing I remember them talking about was how uh, they were actually sending it was like the elderly old guys from Japan there that they knew didn't have like much time left or whatever, but they would just like send them in there to like clean up all that stuff because they knew that they were gonna be exposed to something that they wouldn't live through in the next like 5 years, basically. So it could have easily been something like that for all I know. I have no idea though. This is just all speculation at this point. So yeah, like I said, I didn't know the guy personally enough to know where exactly he was from, if it was like one of those kind of situations, or if it would be some kind of other situation, or whatever the case be. So yeah, I can only really speculate on the whole thing, and I don't really have an actual answer to any of it, unfortunately. And it does kind of suck when you then that aspect of things, dude, because you very much know that you're in a situation there, and you want to have it be something good and better for yourself and whatnot. So yeah, it's just kind of like it's fuck. I just realized I fucked up on that one. I probably could have beat that guy actually if I had just realized that I needed to upgrade my dudes a couple minutes ago. So I just completely blanked out on that one for some stupid reason. So anyway, but it just kind of sucks, dude, knowing that we had you know this whole deal, and now everybody's just gone basically. It's like not forgotten kind of thing, or gone too soon, or any of it really. So yeah, it's truly, truly very sad. And like I said, again, you don't know how much time you got on this earth, man. And unfortunately, I'm sure that guy wishes he had more time than it is. So, but like I said, in the long run, the only saving grace here is it does seem like somebody somewhere took over the account then, which is obviously a good thing. So, who knows? But yeah, it's really hard to say, man. Yeah, I got defeated twice in that reboot. So this one this one might be what we're trying to do. Okay, that one actually was what we're trying to do. So, and of course, I beat him once and then get defeated the second time. Son of a bitch. That was kind of a wash on that one then. Yeah, like I said, though, it's just kind of, you know, it's a real weird day all the way around, man. I noticed it seemed like there's a lot of people that embrace the, I don't know where they got their little avatar thing from, but there were several that embraced Soeppi's name in their avatar for the last day or so now. And then there's a lot of people that just said, screw it, basically. So if I had been able to get the avatar thing, I would have actually put it in my own avatar, but I had no idea where everybody got it from, so I could not do that, unfortunately. But it is what it is. So, like I said, though, it really just it's hard not to feel a little bit, sort of. I don't know. Like, I guess I would say disconnected in this whole situation, but at the same time, it's just like, yeah, it's it just feels weird. Like it feels kind of not real, if that makes any sense, Um, because like I said, you think back on it, and this man was just with us, like, less than 24 hours ago, and now he's just gone. So yeah, I don't know, man. There's not really much more to say about than that, honestly. So like I said, my condolences go out to this man's family, and may his legacy continue to live on, and may his um, account potentially continue to live on in the hands of someone else now. So that's about it for today, I think. Till later. I will see you guys pretty much in the next one. Um, I may or may not do another stream here later tonight, or somewhere between like tonight or like Thursday afternoon, evening. I'm just debating right now. Obviously, got stuff I gotta do. I definitely gotta. I think for the most part, I'm probably gonna nap here for the next few hours, try to get a decent sleep in for a little bit here, and then obviously get up and do the things later. Thankfully, whoever was setting the deal up today, they did instead of doing the regular 9 a.m. ones, what it is like usual, they actually changed it to 6 p.m. now, which is 2 hours before reset there. And then it'll be 4 hours after my main account one then. So, which would be good to go at that point then, obviously. But yeah, like I said, it just kind of you never know what you got till it's gone, man. Literally. So, unfortunately, I think a lot of people are now realizing that, and realizing that they could have had such a better interaction with this individual. And unfortunately, it did not happen. And I think and again, I think anytime anybody dies is what it is. I think it does bring up perspective of things, and your own sort of mortality is what it is. And yeah, everybody's getting older and whatnot, and of course there's outside factors we can't really discuss, unfortunately, but I'll leave it at that basically. And yeah, it just feels, like I said, it just feels weird. Doesn't really feel real, and I think it's just my own brain trying to process the whole thing and be like, yeah, man, like, I really think it's just because I literally just heard about the guy being sick yesterday, and then I'm like, usually it's like, and yeah, I get when people are like, oh, they're very ill, and it's like, I feel like that should have been reiterated that they were like, like end stage of life ill is what it would have been then, because that should have been maybe said there in that situation, but unfortunately it did not. So, it is what it is, man. Yeah, like I said, just a shitty situation all the way around is what it is there. So I think I can show anything right now. Oh no, game actually is working now. That's good. So, I'm gonna do like 5 minutes on here. I'm not gonna spend more than that. Obviously, I'm trying to just do some stuff right now. What it is, but yeah, like I said earlier, got the duels thing right there. So we got that dude. And we got Bunny changing their name. Let's think about it honestly right now. I remember this tax-free guy being there a few times ago, and yeah, he seemed pretty strong back then. He seems to have gotten stronger ever since then. One of our guys, Mr. B. Yeah. Like I said, just kind of very somber day for sure. As it is right now on the battlefronts, we're actually leading by quite a bit, actually. So we're in first. Everybody else is at least 1,000 underneath us right now. And this is what we got coming up right now, is what it is. We got to do that to get that. Got to do this to get that. So forth and so on to get the other punches. And then a couple things that are obviously already done. All this stuff's already done for the week is what it is for the next few days now. And what's nice about all these right now is getting all that stuff. You're able to get a lot more than you need, and that way you can actually be able to get a bunch of good stuff too on that one. Because that's the only we got for punches right now. But yeah, what's really nice about that whole situation there is that it's the ability to be able to, continue on and get like a ton of stuff. And I think I want to say 2 times ago when we got the like feather stuff, whatever it was here, we actually got, I believe it was the first time around, it was like 70 something. In the last go around, it was like 83 or 84, something like that. I think is what it was for the flasks. And that'll be pretty big in this account, because this account right now, I'm still missing quite a lot actually when it comes to what I need to actually implement my my final thing. Here's what it is, which is we're at 2738.05K right now is what it is. So we got like just under 2,300 to go right now. And then, like I said, that's going to be about 75 or 80, give or take, for that. That'll be, shave about a day, almost day and a half off of stuff. And then it's just a matter of getting all the rest that you need to, to get all your necessary flasks then to get that last tech going what it is. So I think I figured it out like yesterday or the day before that on this one specifically. It'll be roughly, I think, 41 days between now and the time that I would need to get it. It's like very early. I believe it is very early November is what would happen. And then as of right now, it's just a matter of getting enough stuff to burn through my resource thing and then eventually get that popped hopefully this week at some point between either day 5 or day 6 of Strongest Survivor here, so I can get a bunch of new stuff then, because that'd be nice. But yeah, like I was saying, with the War Pass active right now, you're getting a 200% speed boost and then a plus 5% attack, defense, and health. So, which is a good deal. and it definitely, you can tell it does allow you to get more stuff quickly as what it is there. Because like right here, this would be, if that was regularly, it would be probably about 12 to 15 seconds, give or take, and it's like 4 seconds right now to get there. So it's ridiculously fast. And it also allows me to eat up a lot more shit quicker as what it is too, which is nice for the milk and whatnot, so that way I can get my things done much quicker than this what it is. So anyways, like I said though, fucking pretty wild to know that we are, you know, in that situation there of just all kinds of craziness is what it is, man. So, and you know, like I said, with Soeppi's passing, it's just, it definitely hits you right in the feels for sure, because it's like, you know, you want to do. Oh, fucked up on that one. Yeah, you want to do what's best for, you know, you is what it is, but also at the same time, it's like you also want to do what's best for, you know, your own region, that situation. I think that's what it was. Is I think that dude did understand that he needed to do something to, you know, change over whatnot, so that we could have, you know, someone else, you know, working in tandem and stuff like that, and actually doing what needed to be done there. So hopefully that does work out in the long run. And if it is somebody else in charge of his account now, if that be the case, that would be interesting to see. But like I said, it's really just a matter of, you know, who's doing what and how they're doing stuff, really. So, like I said, for me personally, I would still love to have that one dude's account from season, I think it was like 1 or 2, in the old region of 144, because that guy, Nubis, did basically nothing for like several seasons while we were there, and ended up leaving us. And I think he more or less just abandoned the account, which is fucking ridiculous, because that dude spent like, I think even admitted like it was like something like 10,000 gold or something like that, just to get to Ezekiel in season 1. And then on top of that, it was obviously, you know, buying Ezekiel and then getting enough fragmentation for him to be, you know, like a powerhouse at that point. Which I think the guy had like, was either a 3 or a 4-star Zeke back then, whatever the highest amount you could get for that season was. So, but yeah, it's just wild stuff, man, because I'm trying to think what I'm saying now. My mind is kind of zipping out. I should probably reset my dudes here very soon, because I only got 2.5 hours left on these shields right now. So I'm trying to wait till at least 7 a.m. anyway before I do that, because I don't really want to, you know, waste a bunch of stuff with what it is there. And yeah, I definitely need to reset that before it goes, you know, belly up, if you will. So, and like I say, it just feels very just like shitty, I guess, of everything going on now. So, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Soeppi's account there, if it actually is just going to be like a dead account, or if it'll be something where it will be, you know, used by somebody else that appreciates the game and, you know, can't afford to pay to win, whatever the case is there. Because I've seen that happen a couple times actually in this game, where people would just give up accounts to other people, where they were like, oh yeah, you know, somebody's giving me this account on this server, whatever the case be, so I'm going to jump over there, kind of thing. And then meanwhile, like, you know, they give their account on this region to someone else, and that's what it is. And then eventually it becomes a situation there where they want to, you know, cross-region relocations happen and stuff, and they just want to shift over to that other, you know, plan of existence, what it is there. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, man. But like I said, for me personally, it's all thing right now, and yeah, it just feels weird. It feels weird, and it feels just like I said, just very shitty in general. So, but yeah, it definitely just it puts a strain on your resolve with people and stuff like that. Honestly, because again, you kind of have and again, it depends on the person too, for that matter. Where it could be, them doing whatever, and then it's in reality it would be them versus you, or you versus them, whatever it is there, and it's just you're just trying to make a living of what it is there. So, and that's the thing. I think some of these people that do have like these mega like whale accounts and stuff like that, it's because they're actually trying to um, do like some weird tax shelter shit or whatever it is there. So, but yeah, my plan right now is to, like I said, just have it be in a place, in a position to where we could actually do things correctly. That's what it is. So, just making sure I miss anything. I believe that's all the above. So, anyway, but yeah, Mike, like I said before, and I'll say it again, my condolences to the player and the Soeppi and their family. I know what it's like to have to bury a loved one. It was not fun we had to do with mom earlier this year, and like I said, my heart does go out to that man, especially if he had any kids or a wife or whatever it is there, girlfriend, whoever, significant other, you know. But anyway, yeah. That being said, though, like I said, it's just uh, overall just very, very emotionally draining. Is I think the best way to describe it, because it really is, man. It's very emotional. It's very spiritual, etc. And like I said, I truly believe that we are heading towards a really weird time in history where nobody really knows what's going to happen. Oh, I did want to bring that up as an update though. That one chick I got into it on the candy spill, what it is. Or not candy spill. The So it was she was talking about taking a bunch of my I don't even mind just blanking out right now. I did so much. I don't know what the hell I'm saying anymore. Um, yeah, I think I'm just gonna call it a day on that one. Probably put up a shield here in the next minute or two. But yeah, it's just like I said, though, with that dude, it's just it just feels very. It feels too quick, if that makes any sense. Like at least to me, anyway. It just feels like I just heard about this you know a day ago. Like how are you already gone, bro? So like I said, it could have very well been a situation too where they were doing whatever and um, dude knew he was only a day or two away, and that's why he's telling everybody because he's just didn't want us knowing out of a surprise thing what it is, and just it makes sense why, given that we were doing stuff there is what it is. It makes sense why he would have had all these people come near him or whatever the case be, so they could see how we could all kind of come together in this situation because we know each other for so long. And that's the thing. I remember many, many, many moons ago when I used to play. Um, we were playing in I think it was like season 6 or 7 maybe. And yeah, I just remember seeing seeing Soeppi there for one of the first times that I was there, and he was just like basically, I want to say he tried to attack me at one point because I had done something, and then he ended up, holding back is what it was, and I thank him for that, obviously. Because some of these people would just go full steam ahead, realizing like, oh yeah, fuck you, kind of thing, is what it is. But that's also a great reason to not have your stuff done, because if you have it done up, you're actually better off with it, pulled back and stuff, because it allows for better gearing up as it'll be then. So just to be clear, I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about right now because I'm so tired. My mind is like physically mush right now. So yeah, I'm really just trying to go through as much as I can right here right now about just try to get a bunch of these milks out of the way and get our stuff down because we're at like 280 right now. So we'll do. Yeah, just make sure I get all the stuff here a little bit then, because it would be very, very nice to have it all done then. So, but yeah, like I said, though, it just kind of, it's very sad when you see somebody go out as quickly as that. And like I said, I think my thing was it could very well be he actually had homeboy knowing for quite some time he was going to pass on, and then just happens to inform like others in the region that he knows they can be trustworthy and basically shield up if you need to be. So anyway, but yeah, on that note, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a day, and then probably throw some stuff on here momentarily and go down that road as it would be. Hope you guys enjoyed this content. Feel free to like, share, and sub, because it really does help me, in YouTube's algorithm of fuckery. So, plus I think I am providing, decent content here is what it is, for the most part. Or I'm at least showing like, hey, this is how you do this thing or whatever it is, and then it becomes this whole deal is what it is. How many more views I have to get right now? 169. Okay, so definitely want to go down here, and then probably this guy as well. Go ahead and do that up there. But yeah, it's just kind of, like I said, just it really hurts to know that guy, was with us for so many seasons, and now he's just gone. Because I want to say between us and everybody else now, I believe 98. This would have been, I'm trying to think now. I want to say it would have been season 5, give or take. Oh. Anyway, but yeah, it is what it is, man. Like I said, it'll be interesting to see what happens here, though. Like I said, I think honestly, probably most likely it'll be us and 141 fighting for that number 3 slot versus 53 is pretty much guaranteed to, take over the highest one. But anyways, hopefully I can get enough stuff to actually burn off a few more hours of speed ups and stuff like that running this. Oh, by the way, I finished watching that Rebel Ridge movie yesterday morning, and then before I went to bed. Dude, I'll tell you what, that Aaron Puri guy in that dude can act, and he is so freaking athletic in that it's not even funny, bro. So, if Hollywood really wanted to, he would actually make an excellent Blade, I think, personally. So, but anyways, so before I actually officially just like start nodding off on camera here and pull a Duke and fall asleep in this, I'm just gonna go ahead and stop screen sharing for the time being and then call it a day right now. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Have a good one, y'all. Stay safe, stay vigilant, etc. And always be gaming. Always have your shit up with you. And if worse comes to worse, it's a friggin' satchel. So anyway, peace out, y'all. Later.